At x equals 0, we've got
So here's the takeaway point. The instructions that come with the Deadbolt are very straightforward. This part is very easy to install. What you need to make sure gets done properly is the strike plate, which is on this side, where the Deadbolt goes into. Now, if you just have wood there, then you're really pressing your luck, because just about anybody could kick right through that. So, generally, it's going to come with 2 pieces. Now, this is the minimum that I'm talking about here. You can get beefier strike plates, but the minimum that you want to have is it's going to come with a hardened steel piece like this, and it's going to come with a thinner, sort of flashier piece which goes over this, and it's more for decorative purposes. So what you want here is you want to put your strike plate on first, and you want to make sure you use big 3-inch screws, because you're going to have a stud back there. And what you want is for this to be attached with a 3-inch screw through it, so that you're going into the stud. And if somebody wants to kick this thing down, they're going to need to take the stud with it. Now, if you were to just put up the decorative piece, which I've seen on some of my own family members and other people's house for whatever reason, you're going to want to correct that, because you see this little screw right here is just holding this little guy in just that much. And this piece of wood right here is something that you can kick right through. It's thin, weak wood. So when you do this on your door, you're going to have to measure it out and make sure the hole that's there, or if you have to make a hole, you're going to have to use a drill to make your hole. But you're going to want to put the hardened strike plate. You can see the difference between these two. This one's hardened steel, and this one's soft, thin. So you're going to want to get yourself some 3-inch screws. It comes with some 3-inch screws, but I found those to be rather cheap. I would get some better screws, some deck screws like these. And you're going to want to put it in so that it's going all the way in there. And a second 3-inch screw. There you go. So now you've got this hardened steel piece, 3-inch screws going into the stud, 2 of them. Like I said, you can get beefier things than that. You can get ones that have 6 holes, so you can put 6 screws in, or whatever you want to do. But this is adequate. And that's when the decorative piece comes in. The decorative piece goes over the top of this. And you don't have to put the decorative piece on. It's up to you. But these short screws don't serve any security purpose. They're very minimal. Now, once you've got this put on top, and then when you close your door, you've got this going into there. And what's keeping it from going anywhere when somebody's pulling on your door are these 3-inch screws that are holding this plate on. Now, if you intend to install this yourself because you find out that you don't have 3-inch screws, which you could go figure out right now if you want, just by taking whatever you've got in there out, You may need to use some chisels to chisel out a space for this to go. It's not that difficult, but it takes a little bit more work, because if your clearance is such that the door that this is going to strike it, you're going to need to cut that out. It shouldn't take, the whole thing shouldn't take more than half hour, 45 minutes if you had to chisel that out and then do the 3-inch screws. So there you go. Even the cheapest of locks is going to work pretty good if you have this strike plate in here with the 3-inch screws. Obviously, you know, you want to get the best lock that you can get and have the 3-inch screws, or get something even more elaborate. I actually have something more elaborate on both of my doors. It's got like 12 screws in it. But this is how you're going to get the maximum security out of whatever deadbolt lock it is that you already have. Now let's have a look at defeating these locks and see where we can get with that.